so bright.
You gotta worship. No. Okay, that's not, no.
What?
Stop it.
Stop it. Look, it's so bright in my house. There's a sunshine behind my head. Sorry, guys. Better late than never. How's it going today? Married like a champ. Lee Bockenstead, paying attention. What's going on, brother, man? How the chillins? Are they good? Hope they're awesome,
The pictures
brother.
I see, they're getting huge.
They're getting huge. He feeds them and waters and probably fertilizes them a little bit.
That's good, yeah.
Right? Awesome. So married like a champ. Mr. Ed Westing from all the way up in New York, I think, man. Check in and let us know where you're checking in from. That's awesome. Brother, how are you? Good stuff. All right, man. So Proverbs, I came across this something like 4 years ago. Proverbs for friendships. And I was kind of looking through it in my notes the other day, and it hit me. I was like, sheesh, Dr. Michael Willett, how's it going, man? Awesome. So anyway, Proverbs for friendships. And I thought, hey, Dusty. So I thought to myself, awesome. Proverbs for friendship. Psh, how about Proverbs for marriage? I thought it was really powerful. So anyway, we talked about it a little bit and we decided we'd do it. So we're going to Zoom, man. We're going to Zoom because we got a lot to talk about. Derek from Midland, how's it going, brother? Okay, so Proverb number 1. Check this out. Listen close. Friends are scarce. Friends are scarce. That's Proverbs 18:24. I don't have the exact scripture in front of me, but it's Proverbs 18:24. I went and looked them up, and it's accurate. But basically, friends are scarce. And I thought about that, and I thought, friends are scarce. Your spouse is scarce. There's one of them. Right? Just one. God intended for you to connect up, mate up, and all that with one person. So, it doesn't get much more scarce than that. Now, I know some people are going, but, I've been divorced. It's okay. That's not the point. We'll say it again. We love all of you guys. It's not a judgment thing. It's just, it doesn't get much more scarce than one, right? So I was thinking to myself, friends are scarce. I think the point of the verse is it's hard to find good friends, people that you can trust.
Right.
Wow. This is friendship at a whole new level when you're married, right? So it's exceptionally scarce. So the next thing is friends will not jump ship when the going gets tough. Ooh. That is Proverbs 17:17. Friends will not jump ship. So your spouse will not jump ship when things get tough. And I talk with my hands a lot. Y'all like that?
Yes, I seriously want to go.
Okay. I get in trouble for this all the time. That sunshine on top of my head is killing me.
Precious. Okay.
Okay, so friends will not jump ship when the going gets tough. So
we've never had tough.
26 years, not a day of toughness.
Smooth sailing all the way through. No wavy seas. Whatever.
Man, we've been in some waves, baby. So I don't know. I was thinking about that, and marriage can be tough. It can be challenging.
No, it's
right?
not. It can be. Married idiot. There are days.
Wait a minute. I just thought it could be. What are you saying?
No.
Are you talking about me, honey? I'm sorry. I'm extra sensitive tonight.
Do you need a nap?
It's Wednesday and it's been like, woo, crazy week. So, all right. So your friends will not jump ship. So, I was thinking about it. Yeah. I was in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Dr. Willett actually might have been there if you're still on. Atlantic City, New Jersey in 2006, and I severed my Achilles tendon. Great times, great story. I can tell you another time, but that was tough. We have our daughter at home, going to school, our school running our business. I need to be on the mat teaching. I can't walk on my leg for a few days. They put me in a boot. I can't even put any weight on it. So anyway, the point is Glenanne had to carry a lot of weight. She taught more. She did more. There were just a lot of things she had to do. She could have ran from that. That was a time for us that times got rough. The going got tough. And it took me a year to really recover from that. That was a harsh injury, and it took a year to recover.
Well,
and she could have easily, ran.
The other lesson of the not jumping ship is whenever, you can use the analogy when you ride the waves together, you're stronger together. It's that whenever you you feel like as a team we tackled this, whatever it was, and you come out better. Even
in the Bible it says, one is good, two is strong, but a cord of three can't be broken, right? And so, not that there's three in the marriage. Good Lord, don't take that the wrong way.
I do think that we have three because I think our base is God. And that's the third.
I stand corrected.
So there you go.
Again. But you get what I mean, guys. So with that said, your spouse should never jump ships because things get tough. As a matter of fact, I've talked about it before. I'm driving down the street, someone pulls out in front of me. I don't really have issues with road rage. I mean, I get frustrated sometimes, but the reality is I just think back to 3 days ago when I pulled out in front of somebody because they were behind that pillar and I didn't see them.
I just flat didn't see them.
Why should I be mad? I don't think anybody wants to pull out in front of you. So it's the same thing. You go into your marriage, you go into it far from being experts, because you become an expert after you commit to something, right? I'm going to go to school. I'm going to go to graduate school. I'm going to get my PhD. I'm going to get my, I'm going to become an expert at something. So I make the commitment first, then I go get it done and become an expert. So you make a commitment to get married, and then you have no idea how to be married. If you were an expert at it, it wouldn't make sense, right? So the commitment is like the start. It's like having a kid. The kids come, and it's the ultimate commitment. Oh, I got to be a parent. I better get good at this fast, right? So, anyway, the expect that things are going to be tough, and then when things are tough, it's not a shock. Hello, right? So anyway, with that said, things get rough. And there was a time, I don't know, I was trying to think of some time whenever Glenn Ann had a struggle. She's awesome. She don't struggle much, right? So, but when she was pregnant with Trinity, our second child, she was on bed rest. And so it was and it was crazy hard on her because she's very active. Can't get out of bed, can't shuffle around for the good of the baby, right? And so there were several weeks that things were tough, man. It was, cook, clean, go get the meals. You step in and realize, good Lord, how much my spouse does in my laziness sometimes, right? So it was a tough time. The next one is friends will be available for counsel. It's Proverbs 27:9. So friends will be available for counsel.
We actually talked about that last week, about just the importance of communication. And sometimes, we've actually talked about this before. Whenever somebody, we've had people that have, given us feedback, and Chip said, I think that they just wanted to be heard. I don't know that there's really they're wanting a solution. They just want to be heard. And I think that that's something that we as together are sounding boards for one another, because sometimes there's something that you're struggling with, or you have a question about, not necessarily that's an external something, and you just need somebody to go, okay, I need you to help me see this, because I'm not exactly I'm not, I'm it's kind of that I'm looking at my own belly button. I'm so close to it, I can't
see the fuzz.
Actually, yeah, for sure, I can't actually see what the solution is. Help me see this. And that, whenever the thing that makes that, being able to go to each other so special is because, he has my best interest at heart at all times. And when sometimes the best thing for me is not hearing what I want to hear.
Absolutely.
Is saying, okay, well, actually, you kind of overreacted there.
It's kind of an old adage that we laugh about sometimes, is your best friend will tell you have a booger on your nose.
Right.
That's not because they're telling you you're ugly. They're just telling you, hey man, you're about to embarrass yourself, right? They're the ones that see the clear picture that you don't always see. Right. So, and I was kind of making some notes. It was interesting that she was saying that. I made some notes as I was thinking about this earlier today, and kind of praying through it, talking and mentally working on it. And for me, whenever I struggle, no matter what, Glenn Ann is always there. And many times, I'm, as a man, I think I'm looking for answers. I'll lay something out and go, babe, I'm really struggling with this that happened today, or I'm thinking about something with our business 5 years down the road, and I'm really struggling. I'm not seeing the answer. For me, I'm looking for an idea. I'm looking for her, listen, men, for her intuition to lead me. Never underestimate the power of your wife's intuition and her vision of beauty and things in the different way that she sees it than we do. Very, very powerful. But many times I think when she may come to me and, lay something out and say, hey, I'm struggling with this, it's not always looking for an answer. I think sometimes it's just an ear.
Yep.
So kind of be aware of that. But the point of it is, the proverb is, a friend, your spouse, in my opinion, should always be available for counsel. Always available for counsel. And I struggle with this because I recently was reading some stuff on this about how, somebody, an expert in marriage, was talking about how you need friends that you can be, have as confidants. My ultimate confidant is her. She knows every freckle on my butt, man. She knows everything about me from head to toe. And there's nothing I fear talking to her about. And I think you all need to get in that place in your marriage. So with that said, your spouse should always be available for counsel. The next one is friends will speak the truth to you. Speaking of, there's a booger on your nose. Hey, by the way, there's a booger on your nose. They'll always tell you the truth, man. And telling the truth in a relationship takes massive amounts of trust.
Trust, and then also, that love, because it changes the whole dynamic whenever truth is spoken in love. Whenever it's just, love, and you just are getting told what you want to hear, neither grow. And that's that, whenever things, it gets mushy and yuck. But whenever it's just, well, yeah, honey, that dress does make you look fat. There is no, there's got to be some, yeah. No, he's never done that. But I'm saying there has to be that honesty, but also honesty and the love that's there together, so you do trust what each other has to say.
Yeah, but I will say, I am absolutely 100% guilty of this. Honey, do you like the way this looks? I don't. I've said that. I don't know. I struggle with that. Instead of me going, oh yeah, I like it. To me, that's just not honest. And it very rarely. I have
a couple of jackets. He's like, oh.
It rarely happens, but there are times. But I don't just go, honey, you're ugly. There's a way. You're ugly. There's a way to present it. I mean, when she asks, my opinion in it, my thought process is she's looking for honest feedback, right. And so my feedback is not, oh my God, take that off. It's it's okay, but I don't personally care for that much, and
it's not my favorite.
It's not my favorite. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but. Anyway, with that said, I think that there has to be honesty there, and there has to be trust. So, anyway, a friend will always speak the truth. That's Proverbs 27:6. I'll run through at the end and give you all the verses again. Friends will sharpen you. 27:17. One of my most favorite Bible verses of all. Iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another. So, I think that's true in marriage too. And this is what hit me when I thought of that in terms of our marriage in 2000. What year was that I broke my arm? 2005. I was competing for the World Ultimate Breaking Championship. Hit a brick wrong. It rotated, broke my arm. I broke the bricks, but I broke my arm at the same time. I walked off the stage. I still had a whole division to do. Some of you know the story. We have a book that has in it. But I couldn't hold myself up in a push-up, and I'm feeling kind of nauseous in my body. If I break something, I typically feel nauseous, and I'm thinking, okay. And so I said to her, sitting on the backstage, ESPN stage at the U.S. Open, I said, babe, I think I broke my arm. In my mind, I was thinking she was going to say something like, oh, honey, it's okay. I love you. You've done great today. We're just going to stop where we are.
Those things.
But she did something. She pulled the ultimate Proverbs 27:17. When she hugged me up close and she whispered in my ear, because now understand, this next division, I had to compete in one more division, and I had to use both hands and both feet to break with, right? She said, you can do anything for 8 seconds. It was an 8-second breaking division. It's a long story, and I thought, I just got held highly accountable. And so for me, that was a moment. And you know what? Here's the funny thing. I did the next division. I broke the world record in the division by 9 boards. And had one of the most awesome experiences I'd ever had in breaking. And I would have walked away from that. But she believed in me. She said, you can finish this.
Well, I knew the hours that had gone into it, and I also knew that he could for 8 seconds.
Your friends, your spouse, is not always going to lay down when you expect them to. I don't mean lay down in the bed, but lay down like, on you and just kind of let things go. They're going to kind of put their foot down sometimes. There are times at home. Another transparent time is sometimes, I'm getting tired, and the tireder I get, the more kind of driven I get. Like, I've got to finish this project, or I've got to finish what I'm working on.
I've got so much to do.
I've got so much to do. I've got more, and then I've got that, and I've got that. And then she looks at me and says, "You're starting to spin." And I go, "Oh." What that means is it's time to shut down and try to turn your brain off, try to rest a little bit. So anyway, your spouse should help sharpen you. The next one is friends will be sensitive to your feelings. Proverbs 26, 18, 19. Sensitive to your feelings. I think it is massively important that we think outside of ourselves. I have friends, I know people that pride themselves, husbands that speak to their wives and wives that speak to their husbands too, pride themselves on being filterless, like, yeah, I'll say anything to anybody. And what they don't understand is that they're truly showing their emotional unintelligence. It's their, or just their general short-sightedness. So friends will always be sensitive.
Making it all about you instead of, that does nothing to show. I mean, what are you proving by doing that?
Right.
Wow, you're awesome. You can be a total jerk, and yeah, you.
And then when it's over, I'm sorry, and expect forgiveness.
And
I think that's a problem
I think
too.
we've talked about that and other
that,
things too, about just sorry doesn't. There's a point where sorry is like, okay, I accept it, but moving on.
Absolutely. Sometimes you come home and your wife's home, or wife comes home, husband's home, and there's been a rough day. It's not. You just go off on what your day was like. It's, hey, how was your day? Be sensitive to what they're feeling, what they're going through, what they're struggling with, and show some real care. I really care. And then the last one tonight's going to be friends will stick with you, and that's Proverbs 16:28. It's also Proverbs 18:24. So friends will stick with you.
Yeah, we've talked about that really in just about every single one of these. Just we're a team. Somebody shared a picture today that was like, individually we're great, but together we're unstoppable, kind of
That's
thing.
right.
And I love that.
That was a picture comment on one of our posts.
It was a really a great
cool.
meme, and I thought, man, that's just the way,
super powerful stuff.
We've always looked at it. I just think of things that your mom, even like little seeds that your mom put in us whenever we very first met. And I can't remember her wording. It was something really, really cute. Grab a tiger by the tail or something, something like that. But it was something way more country.
Right.
That was really awesome. And I wish
stuff.
I could remember what it was that
Right.
she always said. But, I don't remember the exact comment, but I remember the gist. And, that together is better.
Together we can handle anything, right?
Yeah.
And that's the mindset you need to get. So that's Married Like a Champ tonight. So I'm going to run back through. These are kind of based on, again, just something I came across from my notes from 4 or 5 years ago that I thought was really profound at the time. It was, Proverbs for friendships. And I thought, man, it's really Proverbs for marriage. So it's from the Bible. Proverbs 18:24, friends are scarce. Proverbs 17:17, friends will not jump ship when the going gets tough. Proverbs 27:9, friends will be available for counsel. Proverbs 27:6, friends will speak the truth to you. Proverbs 27:17, friends will sharpen you. Proverbs 26:18-19, friends will be sensitive to your feelings. And Proverbs 16:28, but also Proverbs 18:24, friends will stick with you. So anyway, I just thought those were really powerful in that I think they're actually speaking about marriage as well. That's just the way I look at it, because marriage in a way is kind of the ultimate friendship, right? You complete each other, you're transparent with each other. And remember, I think one of the things that tonight is to think on is you make a commitment, you get married, and then you work on how to be married. And I think that's normal. Don't give up too quick. Stick it out. Stay together. Communicate clear. Be married like a champ. You guys have a great night. Hope y'all enjoyed it, especially the sunshine floating above my head. And we'll see you next time. Don't forget to check in. Let us know where you're checking in from. And like it and share it for us, guys, if you don't mind. We appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Good night.